What's going on? It's Alexander here, back with some more Vampyr. You might be wondering why we're here. I had a crash, and it didn't save the video. The water, just so you know, that we're going to go get for that thing, is right here. Come at it through the west end. That's the easiest way to get to it. It's one of the shops in this area. And then I did go here and get the formula, and we met that it was a skull. The guy turned over, it said he got bit, so I went ahead and gave the formula to Swanver, so we got to go meet him. I can't remember if I did this in the last one, like the not last video, but the one before that. But we embraced Carolyn. And we did take the wall. I did upgrade some stuff. I'll show you what to upgrade here in a second if I can. But I did do the thing with the water here. We got some 3 days before anything happens. But yeah. Of course, this auto saves, we can't go back. Oh, I guess I should, like I was saying on the show, I upgraded our body condition a couple times. And I upgraded 2 syringes. This one. I upgraded the blood capacity once. Because we're close to a boss fight. But let's go and go talk to Swansea.
Hello, Jonathan. How are things on the West End front?
Complicated.
Yes.
Does the Brotherhood of St. Paul know anything about the Ascalon Club?
Well, I'm afraid that's unlikely. Ascalon is a sensitive topic, and whatever material the Brotherhood has, I may not have access to.
Who could answer me then?
Usher Talltree, our current primate, may be the only one able to answer you. He's a discreet man who lives in the West End.
We've met him.
It looks like the epidemic is spreading to the western districts of London. I am trying to locate the source of the infection.
It won't be an easy task, my friend. This disease is highly contagious.
Do you not think epidemiology could be helpful in this matter? To retrace the origin of infection through time and topology?
If anyone can perform such a miracle, it will be you, Dr. Reed.
Since this epidemic is evidently linked to the vampire curse, we must find the original carrier to understand where it comes from.
I admire your logic, Jonathan, but be careful. Rationality, when it comes to your kind, is not always a reliable lens.
Do you know Aloysius Dawson, the famous tycoon, is well versed in vampire and occult knowledge?
No, I did not. But that is no surprise. For half a century, it has been quite the trend for English nobility to join secret societies and occult circles.
But Aloysius Dawson is only a rich merchant.
Yes, richer than Croesus. Wealth is more respected than title these days, even in England.
Did he contact the Brotherhood of St. Paul? Try to join your group?
It would not surprise me, but I am certain he's never been a member.
Thank you for your time, Edgar.
Alright. Now let's go ahead and talk to Lady Ashbury. Then we're going to go and meet up with Carol. See how she's doing. Then main quest time. I'm so annoyed that that crashed and I didn't press the button in time to save my video.
See them fancy clothes? This one's a top.
But alright. There we go. And head on in here.
Good evening, Jonathan.
I'm still investigating.
Of course.
I have investigated new sources of infection, and I may have found a new type of skull. One suffering from heavy mutations that is extremely contagious.
Scowls come in various forms, you know. They are simply degenerate versions of their makers.
I believe these families are different, and I'm currently pursuing a lead. I know I can find the true source of contagion by finding who created these creatures.
That would be great news. Be very careful, my dear, when dealing with such creatures.
How is your investigation going?
I have decided to explore beyond the dictates of reason.
What do you mean?
You may on occasion find this house closed when you visit me. If so, it is because I have gone undercover. Sort of.
Who are you going to surveil? I hope you're not considering spying on McCullum or the Guard of Prewan.
No. I intend to ask a few questions in parts of town I rarely venture into. Dirty places where a delicate lady like myself should never be seen.
When will you return?
As soon as possible. And I don't intend to stay away for long.
There are many paintings adorning the walls here.
Yes?
Did you paint them?
No, my dear. But some of them. I have had a long time to learn from the best. I'm currently working on what could be my greatest masterpiece.
What is this masterpiece?
Your portrait, my dear Jonathan. It will be my gift to you, if I ever have time to finish it.
Have you met any famous painters?
Are you trying to divine my age by cross-checking historical dates, my dear? That's a devious parlor trick.
Well, Elizabeth, I tried my best. Don't I deserve some reward at least?
Well, if you must know, I even posed for the greats. Now that you know it, you may recognize me when visiting museums.
Goodbye.
All right.
Goodbye.
All right. So now let's go check on Carol. And then it's off to Doris Fletcher's. And I know that, yeah, there is infected people in the districts now. But when I was searching to see how many chapters I had left, I found out at the end of this one, because I was scrolling through and I stopped right on it. One of the things that helps it, that will help us, that we're not far off from. But okay, we need to go this way. Oop, wrong. I meant to heal there. But alright. Yeah, all the way down here. We're gonna run past any fights, because whatever. You know, I have been really enjoying this game, besides all the crashes. That's what's dragged on my mood in most cases.
Easy does it, boys. We can deal with this vermin. Crush the leech, boys.
It's good for you, turn around. Good job. Hi, there she is.
Hello again, Carol. How are you?
My mother always told me that she had to protect me from the cruel world. Now I see what she meant. This is a harsh and violent world, Dr. Reed.
Yes, Carol. As you know all too well, it can be a violent world.
I don't know what you mean. And I prefer you call me Miss Price. I'm not a child anymore.
Are you going to work in your mother's shop?
No. This place is filled with too many bad memories. Entering it or staying inside is an effort now.
What will you do then?
I don't know yet. I think I'll leave London. But since I inherited some money, maybe it's time for me to grow up and go.
How have your neighbors reacted to this tragedy?
Nobody came to the funeral. Everyone's afraid of death and contagion.
You were alone at your mother's funeral?
It wasn't really a funeral. Her body was thrown with other corpses in a freshly dug hole. And I dropped a rose onto her.
How do you really feel, Miss Price?
I feel like I'm on the edge of a cliff. Fear of being alone is pushing me toward the void. The weight of unanswered questions incites me to jump. I feel lucid.
Are you going to be all right without your mother here? Financially, I mean.
I have inherited all of my mother's money. She always told me how poor we would be if we stopped working. But as always, she took care of everything.
She lied to you then?
Maybe she did. But that was for my own good. My mother loved me, Dr. Reed. Her will testifies to that.
Do you remember now what your mother did to you, Carol? Do you realize how badly she treated you?
My mother was a sick person who was afraid to be alone. Her whole life, she looked at me like the embodiment of all her fears and failures.
Very sick.
Your mother was very sick, Miss Price. Her sadism towards you was only an expression of her mental disorder. She was a victim too.
Perhaps you're right. Perhaps my mother was a monster. Or a victim of some mental illness. All I know is I can't imagine my life without her.
Goodbye, Miss
All right.
Price.
But they will not be forgotten.
And that place
I
locked up.
cannot enter.
I do wonder though, if we go back here. Ooh, what's this place actually? This is an underground sewer, then I'm just gonna turn right back around. Actually, is this where we came out of? Temple sewers. Yeah, I do believe we came out of here. Yeah. Okay, back up. Now doors, Fletcher's. Continue with the main story. Yeah, the thing I was talking about, I'm not going to spoil what it is, but the choice that does what I need it to do is a choice I would have picked anyway in the situation, so... I'm not really worried about that spoiler. I'm just like, hey, if you pick this one, do you want to get this effect happening around town? I was like, oh, okay, cool.
See them fancy clothes? This one's a top.
They said there was other things involving the choice I'll be making, but we'll cross that when we get there. So I didn't even read into those. All I read was the one effect. I was like, oh, nope. Cool, but no. Alright.
Women's right to vote is only the first
Someone
step.
you're close to.
London has brought so much pain.
Go ahead and head on out of here. Be down this street if I'm not mistaken. Yes. Wrong way. There we go.
It's locked.
Let's see if we can go around this way. That looks like an access place. Excuse me. Oof. Rude. Alright, what do we got here? Can we just go around? Yeah, that's nice.
There's an open window on the second floor. I should be able to get in through that.
Whoop. In we go. Into this place.
Woe to you, nations of hypocrites. For in front of you stands the tall queen. You can but lower your head.
Can that be Doris Fletcher's voice? Where does it come from?
Before we actually look into that. Yes, okay. No, you don't. Ooh, I forgot about that again. Keep constantly forgetting that they explode like that. I think that's the way I'm supposed to go. So let's check these other ways first.
Beauty. For now she hides in shadow, ugly as sin. But when you burn and die,
Whoop. Well, we know where she is. I feel that's the correct way.
but I offer only love.
I think she sees me.
Woe to you, nations of hypocrites. For in front of you stands the tall.
And then that way's down too. That way's locked. Alright, so we're actually going to go ahead and end this here. Thank y'all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.